Alright guys, so this is episode 4 of Disaster Report. If you remember the previous episode, we saw some guy with a toy gun, some dude who got shot, and our good friend Karen here gave us a fire extinguisher instead of a rope. But it was all good because we were actually able to use it. So we have Keith here, who's looking more and more homeless every day. All he needs is a box of Captain Crunch, and he will be ready to go. And same for Karen. She's looking mighty disheveled too. Considering the circumstances, it's completely understandable. So this video is pre-recorded, and I'm just doing a voiceover for it. Mainly because I was using a different device to do the voiceover while I was playing it, and the file it spat out was something I never saw before, and I figured, I don't feel like dealing with this shit, so I'm just going to redo the whole voiceover thing and put new commentary in. So I'm kind of re-experiencing this whole thing. I don't even remember what I did. But apparently that water's muddy, so there is a point to him going up to these fountains and saying, "Oh, the water's clean." So that's kind of comforting. It's good to know he's just not... They just didn't have this character repeating himself for no reason constantly, which sometimes happens. I don't know what happens if you drink muddy water, though. I didn't try. You know, there is some interesting stuff coming up in here. I am going to wander around a bit looking for goodies hidden in these trucks and cars and buses and whatnot. I think I fell down there. I don't know why. I don't know why I jumped down there, if I actually did. I know I died in this episode at some point. Yeah, there we go. There's some hidden crap in there. Scavenge some stuff, dude. Dude. Does anyone say that anymore? It's kind of like a 90s thing. Bandage. Of course we get another lighter. I'm really beginning to wonder what the purpose of these things happens to be. I mean, I'm sure there's situations where we might want to start a fire, but so far we have 2 lighters and we haven't really found a use for them yet. And we are, like, I guess a couple hours into the game at this point. Oh, and here we have another earthquake. Huh? I think this is what kills me. Like, I just kind of stand there like an idiot while the building is falling on my head. Here we go. I thought it was still the cutscene. In my defense, I didn't think I actually had control of Keith at that point. That's the fun thing about these blind playthroughs, is that you get to see all my fuck-ups. I was thinking when I do some of my more rehearsed Let's Plays and things like that, I might actually have like bloopers videos or something of all the things I had to cut out. But that would come in the future. I don't really have a lot of time to sit down and do that, unfortunately. But we'll see. I don't know what I was doing there. I think I was looking for stuff hidden behind that door. One thing I find strange is we have a lot of healing items, and we really haven't needed to use them much, because he kind of recovers on his own. But maybe there'll be situations as the earthquakes become more intense and extreme that will require us to use some gauze or something. It also seems to be usable as an item to make things. See, here I actually decide to cut and run. I thought Karen was going to get squashed. And I think I ducked there because I figured, oh, I'm going to get smashed again or something. Never tell with this game. Once again, I'm really just kind of trying to find things and check out this pretty cool scene, actually. Some of the stuff they did in this game is actually really awesome, especially considering the technology of the time. PlayStation 2 is rather limited in what it could do in some regards. And here we have very loud rain. Keith uses the umbrella. It's like the first thing I took out. I don't know why I thought to use the umbrella right away. I guess it's because it's so conspicuously placed on his back. Alright, Keith, you're good. Of course, he's going to go talk to Karen and go, haha, I have an umbrella and you don't. Karen is getting wet from the rain. Will you let her use the umbrella? I should have been an asshole and just said no. Of course, he lies. He goes, oh, I have two. I don't know what I picked there. And he says, really? Okay, thanks a lot. Now, I think there's some kind of relationship mechanic where if you're nice to her and you give her umbrellas and don't look up her dress, that, you know, maybe she'll fall in love with Keith or something. That's my guess. We'll see what happens. Because we just run around here aimlessly for a little bit looking for things. Even though my backpack is full, almost, and I can't take anything else. I found another compass. I decided not to go with that one because we already have the Pepe the Frog compass, and you know what's going to beat that really? Probably nothing. Maybe something. Who knows? But when your compass is a meme, you better go ahead and use it. We're also going to find something rather interesting up here. I thought the rain effect was really bad, but I kind of like it now. It's growing on me. We have, if you guys remember this guy from the previous episode when we found that guy who was shot, he's rather unpopular if you look at the graffiti on the poster. Of course, they're talking about how they recognize him, and he's from the Land Development Department. So, you know, that's something we should take note of. His name's Albert Sims. No, I usually read what they're saying, but we'll do it a little differently today. He is pretty important. I don't think he's still on the island, but we saw him. We saw him, Karen. I don't know why I have to say Karen that way. I think it's like the Irish way of saying it or something. It's like Kieran. Maybe I'm totally wrong and just being retarded. And he takes the poster, the LDD poster. For some reason I thought that said LSD poster for a second. That'd be pretty awesome, actually. And try to find your way out of the island now. Okay, so we just run around looking for more shit to pick up and put in the bag. I actually ran past what looks like a water nozzle thing. That's actually funny because I know I'd end up drinking something very soon because Keith gets thirsty constantly. that was hilarious. That was pure gold right there. Now he's thirsty. He just immediately slouches over and starts dragging ass the second he gets thirsty. He's like a 4-year-old or something. Like, my God. Oh, and we're gonna meet this asshole who can somehow smoke a cigarette in the rain. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Hey, guys, follow me, will ya?
And I guess I end up drinking something here. I know I might end up fiddling with this stuff for a while because I end up using that juice drink eventually. Yeah. I guess I was looking at those and going, oh, why didn't I fill this shit up? You really get a lot of surplus water. And I'm really not sure. Maybe I should just clean my bag out. But at the same time, like, later in the game, like, do you have to go long stretches without water? Well, maybe. And that makes me kind of reluctant to throw these bottles away. And then, of course, there's a pipe right there after I end up.
There's someone that needs help up there. Will you come?
There are more survivors.
We should go help. Yeah, okay, Karen. You do that. Of course, I think I ended up saving here. Probably ended up filling up the water there. Since we're starting to run out of stuff. Not really. There's like 3 servings left, or 4 servings maybe, I don't know. There are quite a few servings left, but, you know, we gotta be safe, right? Oh yeah, this is where I save. That's one thing, like, I do feel that newer games have improved on, like, they have auto-save features and stuff, so you don't have to sit there and fiddle with these menus. Of course, sometimes you don't want to save your game, so that's a problem. But, you know, that's can't get everything you want. Now, this part of the game's pretty tough, actually. There's a lot of stuff we have to navigate through here, as we shall soon see. Maybe I'm exaggerating by saying it's tough. There were points where I had to think about what I was doing a little bit and look around because, like, everything in this area that we're going to head into looks the same. I'm not even joking. We also find some cool new items. So Keith's going to look truly snazzy in a moment. Okay, so I was exploring more once again. I am really a pack rat in these games. Like, I have to find everything and pick everything up. Now here we get a hard hat, which actually, you know, come to think of it, that thing looks like the meat. I don't know if they're called me tools or I've seen different names, but there's hard hat enemies from the Mega Man games. It actually looks like one of them. Maybe that's a Japanese style hard hat. Because here my inventory is full, so I think I just ended up starting to use stuff. I think I made some of that juice mix drink from the convenience store. You actually have to go into the assembly to do it. Like, I was just fiddling with everything, trying to figure it out. Yeah, words are real hard today, so. I guess you can make a lamp helmet. that's actually kind of a funny choice of words there, but okay. So I don't know what the hell I did there. We made bottle S. Alright. Oh, we made juice. That's what we made. I guess it's like green drink or something. You have purple drink, but in Japan they have green drink. They actually sell at at like a convenience store around here. I think they actually have something called red juice or red drink. And then they have like the blue one and the purple one. It's like really cheap stuff. Like, I don't think I've ever actually had it. It really just kind of looks like it might be maybe slightly radioactive. Of course, I fuck around with my inventory some more, trying to figure out what everything is. The inventory in this game could have been a little bit better, but I've seen worse. Like, it's not that bad. I think I was just trying to go through here looking at different things, seeing what I could make, if I could make anything, clear things out. No, maybe if we take that magnifying glass and like the lighter and stuff, we could make some kind of MacGyver thing. I find it kind of odd how he has to step up onto that thing. The way they did that. So now we gotta climb and go through some rather dangerous stuff. It's probably one of the harder sections of the game we've come to.
So where's this person at?
Oh, right here. You're looking at him.
Huh?
I need to go further in, but it looks like these things have to be moved at the same times as the ones above.
He's the one that needs saving. Very funny.
Can you go up there for me? By the way, I'm Greg, freelance photographer and aspiring journalist. And you are?
I'm Keith and...
Karen.
Kieth and Karen. Okay, let's hurry. We'd be in trouble if another earthquake...
I have to say, Greg's at least a slightly better voice actor than everyone else. There's that. He's got that going for him. I didn't know what the hell I was doing at this point. Just climbing up onto stuff, running around aimlessly. Usual stuff. Of course, we have that howling wind sound again. And this place is, like, pretty much literally going to fall apart under our feet. And I don't know what I was doing here. Like, this is not the way to go. Of course he gets hurt. Now we should probably watch that life bar and see how long it takes him to heal. And how much. Because it's probably good to know. Like, we could use that in the future to our advantage. I'm guessing you don't heal if you don't have water. Or whatever that QP stands for. In fact, it looks like you might lose life if you don't have it. If you're getting dehydrated. that all starts to fall down. I think I book it off of this thing. That's one thing. Like, this game does feel a little bit cheap at times because you don't really know what's going to happen. The ground starts shaking. I guess it's as long as you just brace, you should be okay. But then, of course, you don't always know when a cutscene ended, so that's a problem in and of itself. And there we finally get to those things. People are talking below you. Oh, I wonder who they are. So why are you? Because I, didn't make in time. What? I just assumed that you two, and that's why... No, that's not true. Oh, Keith is... Really? He doesn't seem to be. I wonder what she said about Keith. Like, does he think he's, not into girls or something? So it seems that they're implying. I would kind of think from, the things he's said so far... that he's probably really incredibly clueless about everything. Of course, Karen kind of has that vibe to her as well. So they're perfect for each other, really. And he pulls those pipes out all by himself like a champ. In record time. Of course, this is when shit gets real. Right here. Right now. The whole place starts falling apart. It's actually kind of cool. I think I was trying to pick up a paint can. Maybe we can bash Greg over the head with it. That would be funny. Of course, I didn't know where to go. Once again. But the game solves that problem for you. He falls on his ass yet again. Oh, Keith. And finally we get to the place that we need to be. And once again I mess around with my inventory. I don't know what I was doing at this point actually. Maybe I was trying to heal or drink water or something. I don't know. I think I ended up drinking that. Some green drink for you there, Keith. It looks like it healed us a little bit, actually. I didn't pay attention to that meter. I should have. I think we finally get over here to the exit, which is... Where's Greg?
Where's Greg?
He went on ahead. He seemed very excited to get moving. Maybe we should see what he's up to.
I agree. Let's do it.
Wait.
Hmm?
Can I go first, please?
Why?
I'm not wearing any,
Okay, so we let her go first. You know, I think this is like one of those, how polite are you kind of things. The Japanese really loved that stuff. And it takes like 10 years to get down a ladder in this game. It's pretty awful. Still going. Like, you'd think he'd know how to climb a friggin' ladder. Like, come on, you can go down. That's actually pretty funny. All that shit just falls down. I wonder if there's a way to avoid that. I love the animations for him falling. It just falls like flat on his ass every time. And I think here we didn't wrap it up yet, but you know, fill our drinks up and all that. I needed that. I think I ended up filling those damn bottles. That should have been something automatic. I know I've complained about that several times already, but, like, man. It seems like there's, like, rarely, like, a happy medium in games. Like, you either have to tinker with, like, every minutia, or everything's baby-fed, spoon-fed to you, baby-fed. Yeah, this is spoon-fed. Now, I was wondering where to go next, and that turned out very badly, as we shall soon see. That earthquake surprised me. When you fell, I was really stunned. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Just a broken hip. I won't be okay in a second, though. I figured I could, like, wade through this or something. That was a bad decision. Game over. What is that, like, death number 6? We should have, like, a Keith-owned count. And I'll see if I can maybe do something like that. Yeah, you're going down first. So we did find that ladder. I think I was just screwing around over there waiting for her to go down. Because it seemed like going down like right after she started is probably what caused me to fall. At least that was my guess there. Oh my god, Keith, hurry up. Like some of these things he does, it's like an old man. Also find it funny how, like, shadows were still round at this point in history in gaming. Like, there's someone who's having a bad day. I think I was trying to talk to him. Maybe if we beat him with the crowbar in the chest, he'll come back to life. Give him some green drink. Looks like there's a dead worker here. Oh. There's nothing over here. We gotta wait for her again. I go down the steps again. It's funny, I was reading... Someone wrote a very short article, and it mostly applied to RPGs, but it was like things that are just designed to waste your time, basically, and make the game seem longer. Those ladders would be one of those things. Of course, we come to this thing.
Wow. What's all this for?
It's a water pipe, you idiot.
I know that. Why are you taking pictures of it?
Oh, no need to worry about that.
I love the friggin' hands on these characters and the way he's smoking that cigarette. Oh my god. Don't fall down the pipe. And I think I end up saving very shortly and like wrapping the game up for the day. We'll see though. I'll know when I get to the save point actually, if we ever find it. That water's very square. It's very rectangular. Situations like this allow you to get to places that are normally off limits. You can't miss this opportunity. Yeah, okay, like I called Keith Creepy Keith in one episode in the title. It should be Creepy Greg. Maybe that'll be this episode. And I think this is where we save, actually. I think this is probably it. So I'm actually going to sign off now because there's no point in you guys watching me save the game. So thank you so much, guys. I will be back with more. And until next time, good luck and happy gaming.